endure. Matthew 24, verse 4 through 14. And Jesus answered and said to them, Take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, for you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will be offended, will betray one another, and will hate one another. Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many, because lawlessness will abound, and love of many will grow cold. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. And the gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end will come. Sorry, I gotta shift through my notes. James 5, 7 through 12. Therefore, be patient, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. See how the farmer waits for the precious fruit of the earth, waiting patiently for it until it receives the early and latter rain. You also be patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. Do not grumble against one another, brethren. Yet you be condemned. Behold, the judge is standing at the door. My brethren, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord as an example of suffering and patience. Indeed, we count them blessed who endure. You have heard of the perseverance of Job and have seen the end intended by the Lord, that the Lord is very compassionate and merciful. But above all, my brethren, do not swear either by heaven or earth or with any other oath, but let your yes be yes and your no be no, yes, lest you fall into judgment. John 16, 31 to 33. Jesus answered them, Do you now believe? Indeed, the hour is coming, yes, has now come, that you will be scattered, each to his own, and will leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So now in this, I've been showing you video while I'm trying to flip through my Bible that's falling apart. And you've been looking at images of the Oregon and Washington coast. And what I think is fascinating is the trees that are here. These are some of the most amazing trees. There's an awful lot of Douglas fir, but there are some cypress trees and some other evergreen trees. And these trees were put here by a seed and put their roots into some really tough places. The wind, see like this, the wind never stops blowing here. It's always blowing, even on a nice, lovely day. The wind is always blowing because there's nothing out there in the way. It's just the Pacific Ocean. And so these trees have to take the brunt of it all of the time. But God doesn't make mistakes. So just because He might have made you tougher, and He might have made it so that you're able to just take that beating of the weather of some of this, God did not make a mistake. So just because it feels like this, that you are just getting whooped on, you just might be made for it. These are some of the most amazing trees in existence, in my humble opinion. They are not pretty, but these are some of the toughest living beings upon the earth. God made them for this. He doesn't make mistakes. It's okay to be what God made you to be.